Social Security payments for October would not arrive as usual because of two major changes that are happening in October. I'm going to bring you the full details of those changes. And Congress has less than 24 hours to avoid a government shutdown, and it doesn't look good. Now, let me tell you the truth. I was not going to cover the government shutdown because it seems like every few months, Congress brings us to the brink of a shutdown, and then they threaten a lot of services that affect seniors on a regular basis. These are services and benefits that seniors need. But every time, Congress likes to push us to the brink of a shutdown in order to threaten the delivery of those services. So I was not going to cover this, but I saw this headline this morning and it made me reconsider because there are consequences to a government shutdown, especially for certain programs like SNAP benefits that seniors depend on. So I'm going to bring you all the details. My name is Kwame Kwade. I am a government benefits expert. For 15 years, I have been helping seniors get the retirement benefits they deserve. I create content on Social Security, Medicare, Medicaid, food stamps, and other personal finance issues that affect seniors. If you are new here, welcome. I am glad you're here. Do me a quick favor, go into the comment section and let me know your city and your state. Now, if you've been watching my channel for a while, welcome back. I am glad you're here. We have a lot to cover today, so let's get right into it. So the first thing I want to cover is Social Security payment schedule. I did say that there are two major things that are happening that are going to affect Social Security payments in October. The first one is that the government has implemented a new law starting in October 1, Social Security Administration, based on President Trump's executive order, is going to stop issuing paper checks. So, what does that mean? Well, there are about 5 million seniors that depends on paper checks for Social Security. And that is a big number. A lot of people do not realize that a lot of seniors are still getting government benefits by paper checks through the US Post Office. And so President Trump issued an executive order and it pretty much banned paper checks. So starting today, September the 30th, the Social Security Administration is no longer going to issue paper checks. Now, I've been creating a lot of content for the last 2 months, alerting seniors who are getting paper check to prepare for this moment because your payments will be stopped. They're not going to issue Social Security checks in paper form in October. So I'm about to give you the October payment schedule. And if you have been receiving paper checks, your check is not going to come in. So you need to call the Social Security Administration and do the next two things I'm about to tell you. So President Trump issued an executive order called, restoring financials, like basically cleaning up payments for the federal government. So the Social Security Administration will no longer issue paper checks as of Tuesday, September the 30th, which is today, for majority of retirees. Why it matters: some retirees without digital access and people with disabilities who rely on traditional banking could face headaches. The shift is designed to modernize payments, cut costs, and reduce fraud. These were the reasons why the president wanted to do this. They've been talking about cutting waste, fraud, and abuse as part of the Doge effort. This is one of those things that they wanted to do to make sure that they reduce fraud. So in March, President Trump ordered the end of paper checks by September 30th, which with payments moving to direct deposit, prepaid debit cards, or other digital format. So in recently, the Social Security Administration issued guidelines about what you need to do if you are getting paper checks. Well, there are two things, mainly two options that you have. Number one, you can have get a bank account with your local bank or credit union, or you can get a prepaid debit card called the Direct Express debit card. Now, the Direct Express debit card is a government-backed debit card that the federal government is supporting to make sure that people who cannot get bank accounts to collect their Social Security or other government benefits can also have an electronic auction to get their benefits. So the Direct Express debit card is backed by the U.S. Treasury Department as an alternative to receiving government or federal benefit payments. This is what the Direct Express debit card looks like. It's a MasterCard. It is backed by the government and it has very low fees. So compared to other prepaid cards on the market, if you cannot get a bank account, the Direct Express card is probably where you want to go. So those are the two options. And if you want to make the change, if you are currently getting paper checks and you want to make sure that your social security check for October comes in, then you need to go to a website called Go Direct. So the government has a website that they've created that walks you through how to get your government benefits electronically. And so I am going to share the Go Direct website on my screen right now, and then I'll walk you through how you can sign up for electronic payment. So here's what the Go Direct website looks like. And as you can see, it is talking about the announcement to protect you against rising mail theft and financial fraud. The federal government will stop sending paper checks after September the 30th, except in limited cases. Federal benefit payments are required to be mailed electronically through direct deposit to a bank account or a credit union account or the Direct Express debit card. So this is an official government website, godirect.gov, and it's telling you that you can either get a bank account or a Direct Express card. So here is how you can enroll in the direct deposit. You can fill out the form. You can click on a link on the website and fill out the form, and you can submit it electronically, or you can call the number on the screen, 877-874-6347, to enroll in direct deposit or enroll in the Direct Express debit card. Or you can download the form, fill it out, and mail it with your direct deposit instructions. Now, if you want to enroll in the Direct Express debit card, you need your social security number, your most recent federal benefit check or your claim number, and your date of birth. If you want to enroll in direct deposit, you need your social security number, information from your most recent federal benefit check or your claim number, financial institution routing number and account number, which is your bank account number and routing number, and if it's a savings account, the same thing. So those are your options. So if you know somebody that's receiving paper checks, forward this video to them because it's critical information that they need in order to make sure that their benefit payment for October comes uninterrupted. So that's the first thing I wanted to cover with you. The next thing is, of course, the October 2025 payment schedule. So I am going to share my screen with you, and then we're going to go to the Social Security website, and I'm going to show you the Social Security payment schedule, and then walk you through when your benefit payments are going to be issued. So this is the 2025 Social Security payment schedule. We are going to go down to October and then look at it. So as you may know, if you're on Social Security retirement benefits or Social Security disability insurance, SSDI, your payments are based on a certain date, based on your birthday. So if you were born between the 1st and the 10th of the month, your Social Security retirement or Social Security disability insurance payments are sent on the second Wednesday of the month. If you're born between the 11th and the 20th, you get your benefits on the third Wednesday. And if you're born between the 21st and the end of the month, you get your benefits on the fourth Wednesday. So, what does that translate in payment schedule for October? Well, in October, if you were born between the 1st and the 10th, your Social Security or SSDI benefits will be paid on October the 8th, the second Wednesday. If you're born between the 11th and the 20th, your benefits will be paid on the 15th, the third Wednesday of the month. And then if you're born between the 21st and the end of the month, you are going to get your Social Security or SSDI check on October the 22nd, which is the fourth Wednesday. There are actually 5 Wednesdays in October, so keep that in mind. Now, if you're on Social Security Supplemental Security Income, otherwise known as SSI, your payments are issued on the 1st of the month unless the 1st is a holiday or a weekend. Since the 1st of October is a Wednesday, SSI recipients are going to get their benefits on time. However, SSI recipients are also going to get another check in October, October 31st. Why? Because if you look over to November, November 1st is a Saturday, And as I mentioned, Social Security checks are not issued on a weekend or a holiday. And so since October the 1st, November the 1st is a Saturday, SSI beneficiaries are going to get their November payment on October the 31st. Thirdly, there are a certain group of people who get their benefits on the 3rd of the month. Some SSDI beneficiaries, some Social Security beneficiaries that are also receiving SSI benefits, people who have their state paying for their Medicare premiums. If you were born between, if you're starting benefits, if you started receiving Social Security before 1997, and if you live outside the United States and collecting Social Security, your benefits are paid on the 3rd of the month, unless the 3rd is a weekend or holiday. Since the 3rd of October is a Friday, your benefits are going to come in on time. So that is the entire Social Security payment schedule for October 2025. If you have any questions about that, let me know in the comments. What happens if you don't get your check? What happens if you don't get your Social Security benefits electronically, if you are receiving benefit electronically? Well, it means that there are two issues that are going on. One, your Social Security payments may be delayed because of a bank issue. Your bank may have experienced an issue with the wire coming from the Social Security Administration. So it's important to wait 3 business days after your Social Security payment date. If you wait 3 business days and nothing happens, then there is a real issue. So let's talk about it. It may be that you are in an overpayment situation. Social Security overpayment affects about 3 million people annually. And what does overpayment mean? It means that you owe the Social Security Administration money because of something that happened with your benefits that you were supposed to be reporting, specifically income from employment, or you were receiving benefits more than you deserved in the past and they finally caught up to that issue. Regardless, it is a serious matter. So if you get a letter telling you that you owe the Social Security Administration money, you need to pay attention to it and explore your options, including applying for a waiver, which says that you cannot pay what you owe, or appealing the charge because you think that they are incorrect in what they are claiming you owe. And you can appeal all the way to a Social Security administrative judge as the final result. So you have options. What you don't want to do is sit on that letter and do nothing, because they will begin collection activity, which include stopping your Social Security check or taking half of it to pay for your overpayment. And if you're on SSI, they will take 10% until you have paid everything off. If you're on SSDI or Social Security retirement, they'll take half of your check until what you owe is paid off. So Social Security overpayment is nothing to be played with. So before I go on, I want to talk to you about Medicare very quickly, because I have something at the end I want to share with you about how to achieve peace of mind about Medicare. If you're a senior citizen and you're on Medicare, or you're about to apply for Medicare, and you are worried or are confused or are overwhelmed by everything regarding Medicare and the choices, stay with me till the end. I have something to share with you that is going to give you peace of mind about Medicare. You probably see the number on the screen. That is who I want to talk to you about. But let's continue what we were talking about. The next thing I want to share with you is the government shutdown. And believe me when I say I do not want to talk about government shutdown, I do not, because I feel like every year we go through this a couple of times when Congress moves us to the brink, moves us to the brink and makes us feel helpless because they are not doing their job. So here we go again. Congress has less than 24 hours to avert a government shutdown. The odds do not look good. Well, it has consequences. When the government shuts down, it has real consequences. So let's talk about it. What is a shutdown? Who does it affect? Are your Social Security benefits safe? Are your food stamps benefits going to come in? Let's review and learn something. So here we go. Let me see if I'm sharing the right thing with you. Maybe no, that's not it. Let me see. Hold on a second. I have two. Okay, here we go. So the second one is what I need to be sharing. So I should stop sharing this, actually take it from my screen, okay, and then share the right article with you so that we can read it together. So everything you need to know about the government shutdown. A shutdown of the United States government affects people, government agencies, and businesses, not just here, but worldwide. Here are the answers you need to know. A government shutdown occurs when Congress fails to pass or the president refuses to sign a spending bill to fund the federal government. So that's what we're right now. Congress was supposed to pass a spending bill to fund the government. They cannot agree on what it needs to look like. And so they are headed for a shutdown. But it is not just a legislative thing, it affects a lot of people. So, when was the last shutdown? It was 2019 over disagreement with President Trump's proposal to build a wall between the US and Mexico. And it lasted for 34 days. And if you want to see the shutdown in the past, we've had shutdowns previously, but this one that happened in 2019 was the longest. And it looks like we're headed in that territory again. As you can see, 34 days was the longest. In 1996, depending on how old you are, you remember the shutdown from Newt Gingrich when he was a speaker and how consequential that was. And so we're headed to that kind of territory again where shutdown is becoming political football, but the thing is that it has real life consequences. So let's talk about who gets impacted when the government shuts down. Who is affected? The shutdown primarily affects non-essential federal employees, but there are services that it affects. So let's talk about it. So a specific the specific agencies and services affected by a government shutdown depends on the details of the funding legislation in effect at the time of the shutdown. Past shutdowns have affected numerous services and agencies, including the national parks and monuments, federal museums, federal research projects, processing of certain government benefits, and IRS taxpayer services. These are the things that are affected. And when they say processing of certain government benefits, things like food stamps, WIC, and other government benefits are potentially impacted depending on how long the shutdown lasts. Now, services not affected by the shutdown are Social Security and Medicare, so your Social Security is protected, military and federal law enforcement, U.S. Postal Service, air traffic control, and the U.S. passport agencies. So, what about benefits that seniors care about, like food stamps? From what I hear from the research, food stamp benefits are okay if the shutdown does not extend beyond 30 days. The last time it was 34 days. If it goes past 30 days, food stamps are going to be cut because there's not going to be any money to be able to pay for it. But because food stamps are paid a month ahead, you probably received your October payments or it's already been processed. You're going to get your October food stamps because it's already in motion. They've sent all the documents, they've sent all the money to states to issue for October. So your October payments has already been set in motion. The problem is if this goes on beyond 30 days, what's going to happen to November food stamps? Well, that is where the problem lies, and I'll keep an eye on it and I will report back what I hear. So remember I was talking about that peace of mind about Medicare. Well, let's talk about it because this is something that I'm on a mission to help seniors, 100,000 seniors over the next 12 months get peace of mind about Medicare. What do I mean by that and why is that necessary? Well, you earned it. Medicare is something that you paid into for 35, 40 years. You earned it, and now I want to help you get the best out of it. Why? Because 90% of all seniors are in the wrong Medicare plan, and it's not only costing you money, it's costing you your health. So what am I doing about it? Well, I'm educating you with videos like this. I am creating and sharing Medicare guides that will give you even further education about Medicare. And then I'm connecting you to the best Medicare resources and support out there. So you don't want to be part of the 90% because you want to maximize your Medicare benefit and get the most out of it. But when we turn on the headlines every day, there is something, so much change happening with Medicare. It's kind of dizzying. United Healthcare dropped 600,000 people recently on Medicare plans. And you have hospitals that are also dropping Medicare plans. Rural hospitals, especially, has been hard hit since the big beautiful bill and have been cutting services or limiting hours, which is very scary for some seniors. So, can you trust your Medicare advisor? Well, the Trump administration is saying no. A lot of Medicare advisory companies are there to just sell you something. They're there to push you some plans because they're going to get a kickback or they're going to get more money. So they are interested in selling plans that may not be the best for you. So, how do you find a Medicare advisory company that can be in your corner, that is not there to sell you anything, but is there to help you pick the best plan? That is our partner chapter. I've been doing this for 15 years. I have never partnered with a Medicare advisory company until now because chapter is the real deal. And over 2,500 of our viewers have already worked with chapter, and the reviews have been nothing but amazing. Because here's the thing, they are not there to sell you anything. They have access to all 24,000 plans. In fact, they're the only company with access to all of the Medicare plans. So they can see what is in your local area that fits your budget, fits the coverage that you need, the prescription coverage that you need, the hospital networks you need to be in, and the doctor networks that you want. So call the number today, 539-205-2147, or you can go to askchapter.org/insider if you want to fill out a quick form. It takes 1 minute, and then they'll reach out to you. I'll put the link of the form in the description to this video and in the comments. I'll pin it to the comments. So when you call chapter, what are they going to do? Well, these are the people you're going to be talking to. I pulled this from their website. These are the licensed agents that you're going to be working with. When you call them, they're going to look at your plan. And if you're in the right plan, they'll tell you. And if you're not in the right plan, they will work with you to find the plan that fits your needs. Besides, they can save you $1,100 a year on Medicare. Now, in this hyperinflation environment, guys, saving $1,100 a year is meaningful savings. So give them a call today. They are A+ rated with the Better Business Bureau and tons of 5-star reviews. You cannot go wrong with Chapter. Give them a call today. And then finally, let me share something exciting with you because I have been working on this for a while and we've made a lot of progress. If you've been watching my video for a while, you may know that I launched a community recently for seniors that now has over 170, almost 180 people in it right now and growing. And I think you will also find it interesting and you will find so much value in it. So let me share quickly what this community is about with you. Now, you're probably thinking, why do we need a community? Well, a lot of people have actually been asking me to do this for a couple of years now, and I didn't find the platform that I could do it that would be senior friendly. We want a platform where seniors can navigate around without problems, and I found it, and it's called the School Platform. So here it is. Why? Because YouTube does not share everything with you. Even the stuff that we put on here, you don't see everything. So now we have a community where you can be a part of, where not only do you get access to me to ask questions directly, but I'm going to help you to stop missing out on your retirement benefits and perks that you deserve, and then give you less stress about your retirement and maximize your retirement and get you the help that you deserve. So this is a community for 55 plus to help you unlock every dollar, every discount, and every advantage from Social Security, Medicare, Medicaid, and more. So what do you get by being part of this school community? Exclusive weekly videos from me and my team on Social Security, Medicare, and more. You get monthly money saving tips and senior discounts, step-by-step resource guides. We have a ton of guides that can help you maximize your benefits, get over 2,500 in discounts and perks just by signing up. And live Q&A sessions with me where I answer your questions about Social Security, Medicare, and more. And then, with the most important part, a community of seniors that are in the same place who want the same thing, which is to maximize their retirement and live their best life. And you're part of that community, learning from each other, sharing resources, sharing knowledge, and it's a beautiful thing. So as I said, we almost have 180 people that have joined since we started just a few weeks ago. And I am in there actively creating videos like this, sharing, answering your questions directly. And you don't see these videos anywhere but in the school community. Sometimes I host Q&As, live Q&As, where I'm like, ask me anything, and then I'll do the research, and then I'll answer your questions with detailed information that is specific to you, like the one I just did with this person that asked this detailed question about Social Security work requirement. And then if there's breaking news, I'll be the first to bring it to you exclusively in this community. And then, as I mentioned, all our guides that we've been creating, that we've been selling on our YouTube channel, you get them for free. And I'm talking some great guides that you would never get anywhere. So much value. If you sign up today, all these become available to you. Over 16 guides. 10 ways seniors can make extra $500 to $1,000 a month. Social Security and Medicare changes for 2025. We're about to put in the 2026 guide that will also be available to you for free. A senior guide to AI. A lot of you wanted to learn about AI, so I created a guide for you. How to boost your Social Security, even if you're getting benefits right now. There are things you can do to boost your Social Security check. Believe me, there are tips and tricks that you can take right now, steps that you can take to increase your Social Security check. Senior banking guide. What are the best CD rates? What are some free checking options that are available to you in your community? What are senior specific perks regarding banking that you may not be aware of that you should be taking advantage of? The Big Beautiful Bill. How does it impact seniors and their finances? This is the guide for you. Senior discounts, the best senior discounts out there. If you've been missing out on senior discounts in your local area or nationally, this guide has everything you need to know, and it has you covered. And so forth and so on. Medicare cheat sheet. You want to pay off debt? Well, this debt guide is going to walk you through. It's a worksheet that's going to walk you through how to prioritize paying your debt off. Spending leak finder. If you've been spending money and you don't know where your money is going, take 15 minutes with this template and you'll be able to audit your finances and find where all your money is going. We have a budget template you can fill out for yourself. And how about saving $10 a week? You're probably thinking, I don't have $10 a week. Well, this particular worksheet will help you find $10 in your budget so that at the end of the year, you do this for 52 weeks, you have $520 you can use maybe for Christmas gifts, etc., etc. So, guys, this is the community. This is what it looks like. You can see it's very, very active. We're 173 people when I took this screenshot, and it's growing. And we cover everything. There's recipe swap. There's a 30-day walking challenge that we did recently. Content on Social Security, Q&A, Medicare, personal finances, exclusive content from me and my team. And then there's a community chat. This is happening. You can see people are already engaged online right now. And we have a leaderboard that tells you how engaged people are in this community and how you too can participate and be active and meet new people and connect with them. So, guys, join this community today. And I'm telling you, even the guides that we put out there for free, if that's all you got, that's over $150 in value right now. And you get that for free. And then inside those guides, there's over $2,500 in perks that you can take advantage of. So go to skool.com/benefits insider. And I'll put that link in the comments and in the description to this video. So, guys, that's all I have. If you like this video, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and I'm looking forward to seeing you tomorrow on another video.